paulsteffenhome.org. 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 paulsteffenhome.org.
Are your paid search campaigns struggling to drive real growth? Viant reaches your audience where they really are, on streaming TV. Visit ViantCTV.com to learn more.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
And coming from another former DC police chief.
I've had some experience doing it.
Prince William County Police Chief Peter Newsom held that spot from 2016 to 2020 and noted the challenges that Smith faced.
She had that federal relationship she had to navigate, and I got to tell you, I thought she did it very well.
Newsom tells 7 News that DC is a better city for how Smith got her arms around the violent crime numbers.
That small group is effectively dealt with, and when you do that, you're going to see significant reductions in violent crime. And hats off to Chief Smith to being able to achieve that.
Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Traffic and weather next.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Carmelo Anthony here for DraftKings Sportsbook. An 82-game season, that's a grind. Trust me, I already know about that. The Emirates NBA Cup turns it up even more, and DraftKings Sportsbook lets you feel that fire every night. New customers, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART. That's code HEART. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Most people would rather attend a corporate team building workshop than search for auto and home insurance.
Go team, feel that synergy.
That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com.
Who's ready for the trust fall?
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
The accident on 95 southbound before Garrisonville Aquia moved to the left shoulder, but traffic is jammed from Quantico and also slow southbound from the Beltway heading towards Woodbridge, and some delays continuing in towards Falmouth. There is an accident on the outer loop between Ritchie Marlborough Road and Central Avenue in the left lane with traffic jam from Branch Avenue. And within the delay, there is another accident on the outer loop at Allentown Road, and that one blocks the left lane. Also, you'll still find delays on the outer loop to McLean from the Toll Road to Braddock Road and from the Springfield interchange to the Wilson Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight it's partly cloudy with light freezes outside of the Beltway, down to 32 in D.C. Tomorrow, a chance of rain mainly in the afternoon with some cloud cover, but temperatures much warmer, pushing 50. I'm 7 News Mid-Altitude Evans at the First Floor Weather Center.
Right now, 33 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis at WMAL.
He's here. Now broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin. here. Our number, hello, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. We're going to have some fun today. Oh, my gracious goodness. We is. Oh, yes, we be. Oh, yeah. A couple of things before I get into. Let me tell you one of the things I want to do tonight. I want to start getting into some history of our founding, history of the Declaration. Pre-Revolutionary War. The Revolutionary War really started in 1775, not 1776, to be honest with you. That's when things were still starting to kick in. The Constitution, some of the people in the Constitution you've never heard of before. That's who signed it. Were really big deals back in the day, but names that you're unfamiliar with. You know, this reminds me of something. I told you maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, I've become fascinated with the Impression era of painters, of artists. And slightly before the Impressionist period and slightly after the Impressionist period. But I really read everything I can get my hands on now about some of these artists. Doesn't mean I can pronounce their names. Most of them are French, not all of them. And it's funny because I seem to know more about them and what they did than how to pronounce their names. And there are some disputes over how to pronounce their names, but I don't pretend to know all of them. And some of them were unbelievable, but they never got top tier billing. They never got top tier billing. Camille Pissarro, one of the founders of the entire movement. Most people have never heard of him. Edward Baudin, another one. And then there were men in the movement and a few women. Alfred Sisley. Now, I know a lot of this is French for many of you, but I'm getting to a point. He was born in Britain. His family moved to France. Others whose names, no doubt, you are familiar with. Monet, obviously. Considered one of the greatest of the great. Cézanne, Gauguin. Brilliant. Everyone's heard of Van Gogh. Seurat died when he was 31, and yet many of you are familiar with that name. You may not be familiar with them and what they did, but the names, right? The names. Renoir. And others. Happen to like Chagall. He wasn't impressionist, but fabulous in my view. So what, in some cases, separated those who would become renowned for all time and those who wouldn't? Because some of those who painted some of the most magnificent impressionist pieces are utterly unknown to the vast majority of us, right? And others are very, very well known. Now, obviously, it can be the quality of the work or the interest that work inspired, but some of them were much better at marketing themselves than others. Some of them played bigger roles in the prominence of the Impressionist movement. It was considered a very revolutionary, if not radical, movement when it began. It's the same with our founding. It's the same with our founding. There are many men and women who were crucial in the founding of this nation, whose names you probably never heard of before. Whose names you probably never heard of before. And I want us to familiarize ourselves with some of them. You want to begin? Should I begin with this, Mr. Producer?
I should, because there's other things I want to talk about too that are annoying me. But let's start with the stuff that I find fascinating. Let's take a look at some of the signers of the Constitution. You know, when this is all said and done, broadcasting for me, and I don't know when it'll be or when it'll ever be, I really want to teach one course in American history, early American history. Maybe at a small college somewhere, if they'd have me. This is one of the reasons I love our country. This is one of the reasons I get furious at people who trash it in the name of claiming that they're America first or MAGA, especially. I get the Marxists and the Islamists. They hate us. They hate the country. They're trying to destroy it. But the others, they wrap themselves in the flag, in the founding, in the Constitution, while they're burning the whole thing down. I have no stomach for this. None. How many have heard of William Samuel Johnson of Connecticut? He's a signer of your Constitution. A self-taught lawyer, as many lawyers were back then. He had many connections to Britain. He was torn about this, the competing sides, when the revolution broke out in 1775. He worked on some of the peacemaking initiatives. He tried. He was accused of communicating with the British in 1779, but his skills in the law were so good that he was sent to be one of the delegates to the Constitutional Convention. How about Richard Bassett, B-A-S-S-E-T-T? Ever hear of him? He was a delegate from Delaware, the first state. A captain of the cavalry militia during the Revolutionary War, Bassett was a committed member of the convention. He was a regular attendee. Some of them were not. He was also a quiet one. He made no speeches at all, and he didn't serve on any committees. Essentially an observer. Ever hear of Jacob Broom? Also Delaware. He's a farmer, a surveyor, successful businessman. He turned his hand to many ventures. Import company, cotton mill, real estate. He attended every session of the Constitutional Convention as well. Also from Delaware, George Reed. We hear of George Reed, one of 6 brothers. He signed the Declaration of Independence. He voted against independence at the Continental Congress. He championed the cause of the small states during the convention. He eventually went on to serve in the United States Senate. Fairly significant figure that most people have never heard of. A couple more. We'll save some for each successive day. We're on the air here. William Few, F-E-W, on behalf of Georgia. He had a tough childhood. He taught himself law, began to practice in 1776. He later became one of Georgia's first senators and worked as a federal judge from 1796 to 1799. One of the men who signed the Constitution of the United States. Now, the convention was attended by 55 of the 70 appointed delegates. Did you know there were 70 appointed delegates? Only 55 attended. Only 39 of the 55 actually signed the final document. 39 of the 55. We won't do this all in one sitting. I will get into this in more detail. Why is that? Why did only 39 of them sign it? Some of them disagreed with it. Some of the greatest founders disagreed with it because they thought it gave too much power to the central government. So you just learned something you probably didn't know before. Mr. Producer, I don't know if you knew. Right? They don't teach it. There were 70 delegates appointed, 55 attended, 39 of the 55 signed the Constitution of the United States. Now, I suspect you know more than 99.9% of the podcasters out there who trash our country. I've always believed that one of my roles here, and I mean this, one of my roles here is to fill these gaps. I mean, this is a big platform. Not just to rant, throw around curse words, to lie about our history, to trash our country, to promote Qatar and all the rest of it. No. I want to promote Americanism. The Revolutionary War. When we return, I want to tell you about a man named Hayden Solomon, who none of you have heard of, maybe a handful, but virtually none of you. And without him, there would have been no victory at the Revolutionary War. There would be no America. That's how significant he was, and you're going to find out about a number of these people during the course of our 250th anniversary, because I'm going to make sure of it. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
You know, folks, Americans rely on credit cards for secure payments and seamless transactions. But consumers stand to lose it all with the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandate bill. Big government mandates favor corporate megastores and allow them to choose how your credit card is processed. They might end up using untested payment networks that could jeopardize your data security and rewards. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Visit guardyourcard.com to learn more. That's guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Accident activity on the Beltway on the inner loop at the George Washington Parkway. That's the left center lane blocked and traffic is jammed from the Leesburg Pike. However, a couple of accidents on the Beltway in Prince George's County, both clear to the shoulder on the outer loop at Allentown Road and on the outer loop between Ritchie Marlborough Road and Central Avenue, but traffic is jammed on the outer loop from Branch Avenue. Also, you will still find delays on the outer loop from Van Dorn Street heading to the Wilson Bridge. In Leesburg, there is crash activity now on 15 southbound. At Montresor Road, they are alternating traffic, so allow for extra travel time there. Now from GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Tonight, partly cloudy, low around 30. Tomorrow, a chance of afternoon rain. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, high near 47.
At Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excellusforbusiness.com.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, CA, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
O'Reilly.
Great
Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner on sale now. Buy one, get one free, plus get 2 times Overwards points. Just add it to your tank during your next fill-up. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Stand.
Oh.
Every day I hear from Americans who feel like they're losing their voice, frustrated that their values are being ignored or erased. If that's you, let me tell you something that you can do right now. Join AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC isn't just another group, it's a powerful community built on faith, family, and common sense. They're standing in the gap, giving millions of Americans the tools to stay informed, engaged, and prepared. Members get real, practical benefits, unbelievable discounts on insurance, travel, and retail, plus access to exclusive resources in the AMAC magazine, which is truly one of the best publications out there. And for a limited time, you can join free for 90 days, no credit card required, no strings attached. Just a chance to see what the Association of Mature American Citizens is all about for free. So go to amac.us/Levin right now. That's amac.us/LEVIN. Take the first step and make your voice matter again. That's amac.us/LEVIN.
Making sense of your world.
Thank you for what you do.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
You give me hope.
Making sense of the news. WMAL. Making sense of the markets. Because generational wealth doesn't build itself. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Hayden Solomon. This is one of the areas Wikipedia actually gets it right. He was born in 1740 and he died at the age of 44. He was born in Poland. Studied finance in Western Europe. Came to the United States, New York City in 1775, ready to begin the revolution. That's when war broke out. Solomon supported the Patriots, provided financial services while working alongside financier Robert Morris. And I've heard of him. He was the superintendent of finance of the United States. Very famous.
What did you say?
Very famous. Member of the Sons of Liberty. And Hayden Solomon joined the Sons of Liberty. And he was arrested multiple times by the British for espionage. And the last time they said they would execute him, and he bought off a guard who let him go. He's considered, is Hayden Solomon, the financier of the Revolutionary War. Without him, the war could not have been prosecuted. At key times, they turned to him. Madison, George Washington. He helped convert French loans into hard currency by selling bills of exchange on Morris's behalf. He also brokered large donations to the Patriot cause. This included a critical $20,000 loan out of his own money at the request of George Washington to Madison in 1781 that enabled Washington's decisive Yorktown campaign, the turning point of the American independence. Without Solomon, that campaign could not have taken place. From 1781 to 1784, Solomon helped provide over $650,000, almost $15 million in today's numbers. He was also an advocate for religious liberty, co-founded Philadelphia's Mikveh Israel Synagogue, challenging discriminatory laws. Despite donating his entire fortune to the Continental Army and several founding fathers, he helped them. He gave them no-interest loans so they could survive, including Madison. He died penniless in Philadelphia at the age of 44 due to the failure of government officials and private lenders to repay his debt, the money they owed him. He sympathized with the Patriots. He joined the New York branch of the Sons of Liberty.
Some of these roaches have
1776, he was
hash in
arrested by
them.
the British as a spy.
So I'm breaking them up and making a second
British
generation.
authorities detained him for 18 months on a boat as an interpreter for the Hessian troops.
Black hash.
Since he could speak multiple languages, including German. Solomon used his new position to help prisoners of war from the Continental Army escape. He encouraged Hessian troops to desert.
Hessian!
With Hercules Mulligan and
I'm a
Cable
Hessian.
carried out other acts of espionage on behalf of the Americans. In 1778, Solomon was arrested.
A lot of
again,
my
convicted of
ancestors
espionage
come
and
from the
sentenced to
Hessians.
death. He made his escape, made his way with his family to Philadelphia, where the
German.
Continental Congress was located. Once resettled in Philadelphia, Solomon resumed his activities as a broker, became the agent of the French consul, as well as the paymaster for all French forces in North America. 1781, he began working extensively with Robert Morris, as I said, the newly appointed superintendent of finance of the United States. And he provided money for the Battle of Yorktown to pay Washington's troops, who demanded several months of pay or they weren't going to fight, but would become the key battle. In 1781, the Continental Army trapped Lieutenant General Charles Cornwallis in the Virginia coastal town of Yorktown. Washington and the main army, with the French army, decided to march from the Hudson Highlands to Yorktown and deliver the final blow. But Washington's war chest was completely empty, as was that of Congress, without food, uniforms, and supplies. Washington's troops were close to mutiny. And this is where I want to pick it up when we return. This is American history. I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm George, an economics major at Hillsdale College. Here's Hillsdale President Dr. Larry Arnn with the Constitution Minute.
The Declaration of Independence is more than a bold letter to a British king written by upstart colonists, although it very much is that. The Declaration explains the promise of America, that all men and women are born equal in their possession of natural rights, and that the proper exercise of these rights can lead to a full and deeply satisfying life. Just as the Declaration explains America's promise, the Constitution upholds that promise. Its purpose is to protect the rights of all of us, our natural rights. This establishes the possibility, not the guarantee, that we can have a good life. This is true freedom.
To learn more and get a free pocket constitution, visit constitutionminute.com.
This Constitution Minute was furnished by Hillsdale College.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. One Kentucky State University student's dead and another hospitalized in critical condition after a shooting near a university dorm this afternoon. A suspect's been taken into custody. Frankfort police were called to the historically Black university around 3:30 for an incident involving an active aggressor. A source tells ABC News preliminarily they believe the shooting was a result of a personal dispute. Police will give more details at a press conference next hour. A fight at a Fairmount Heights strip club last night leaves a customer dead. Prince George's County Police were called to the Ebony Inn Club just before midnight after they say a security guard fatally shot Donald Wayne while trying to break up a fight. Police are reviewing evidence to determine the sequence of events leading up to the shooting. No charges have been filed at this point. Traffic and weather next.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
All earlier accidents on the Beltway on the inner loop of the GW Parkway that moved to the left shoulder with traffic still jams up from the Leesburg Pike and delays continue. Headed from the Legion Bridge all the way in towards Bethesda and College Park. Earlier accident on the outer loop between Ritchie Marlborough Road and Central Avenue now cleared, but traffic is still slow from Branch Avenue, and the crash at Allentown Road also cleared from the roadway. In Stafford on Route 1 southbound between Hospital Center Boulevard and Shady Hill Lane, there is still a disabled in the right lane, which is causing delays. The earlier accident, though, on 95 southbound at Garrisonville Aquia now moved to the left shoulder, but it is still slow from Quantico. Now from GarageDroidCare.com, the WMAL Stormwatch and forecast.
Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 30. Right now, 32 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer.
If I had $1 for every joint I rolled, I'd be rich.
Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
Look, our oak tree is already changing colors. Aren't the leaves beautiful?
Yep, which means it's time to get on the ladder and clean out the gutters. Again. Want to stop cleaning your gutters for good? Just call Leaf Filter, America's largest gutter and gutter protection company. Our trusted pros will clean, realign, and seal your gutters and install Leaf Filter. With Leaf Filter's patented technology, no debris, no shingle grits, nothing gets into your gutters except water, season after season after season. Ah, the leaves sure are pretty this year.
And thanks to Leaf Filter, they're not even clogging the gutters.
Leaf Filter comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. You will never have to worry about costly damage from clogged gutters again. It's peace of mind and then some. To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/listen for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/listen for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/listen. See representative for warranty details.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Plastic conservative fire. The Mark Levin Show. Call in now at 877-381-3811.
There are a number of tremendous patriots who get no mention, without whom we would not have the United States of America. And they gave up everything. Everything. And as I was saying earlier, this is why I get infuriated about the trashing of our country, the promoting of Middle East monarchies and people like Putin and all the rest. This is not who we are. This is not who we are. Back to Haim Solomon, and I really do believe that if the podcast business was more oriented toward promoting America, was more oriented towards patriotism, less oriented toward grifters, narcissists, and foul-mouthed buffoons, this country would be far better off, particularly given the access to so many young people. And so I condemn them. They're not influencers. They're destroyers. Not influencers. They're destroyers. Washington determined that he needed at least $20,000 to finance the Yorktown battle, the last battle. The French Navy was there, and they gave him a limited amount of time because they were going to leave. They couldn't afford to stay there, and they didn't want to be boxed in by the British either, who they were boxing out. Morris, who was in charge of the funding for the war, told them there were no funds, no credit available. They were broke. Dead broke. Washington said, quote, "Send for Haim Solomon," unquote. Solomon did everything he could. He raised $20,000 for the sale of bills of exchange. And with that contribution, Washington was able to pay his troops, provide for food and supplies before the troops mutinized. He conducted the Yorktown campaign. That was the final battle, really, of the American Revolution. Now, Chaim Solomon brokered the sale. If you haven't guessed by now, he was Jewish. Brokered the sale of a majority of the war aid from France and the Dutch Republic. Sold bills of exchange to American merchants. Solomon also personally supported various members of the Continental Congress during their stay in Philadelphia. You may have heard of some of them, James Madison and James Wilson. He requested below market interest rates. He never asked for repayment at all. And that would wind up with him going bankrupt before he died. Broke. Didn't have a penny. He's believed to have granted outright bequests to men who he thought were unsung heroes of the revolution, who had become impoverished during the war. One example is Bodo Otto, another person you probably never heard of. He was the senior surgeon in the Continental Army. Otto joined the Army at the age of 65 years old. He served for the entire war. Among other things, he established the hospital at Valley Forge, where he often used his own funds to purchase medical supplies. He went broke. But due to Solomon's bequest to Otto, Otto was able to rebuild his medical practice in Reading, Pennsylvania at the end of the war. The Treaty of Paris was signed on September 3, 1783. It ended the Revolutionary War, but not the financial problems of the new nation. America's war debt to France was never repaid, which was part of the cascade of events leading to the French Revolution. See, France went almost broke, sending their armada to our country to help us win the war against the British, because they wanted to defeat the British. Now, this fellow, Chaim Solomon, was involved in the Jewish community in Philadelphia, a member of Congregation Mikveh Israel that he founded. That's right, the Jewish community goes way back, even before the Revolutionary War. In 1782, he made the largest individual donation toward the construction of that synagogue. He fought for religious liberty for all faiths. He helped to remove the religious tests for all faiths. That included Catholics. And he died suddenly and in poverty at the age of 44, January 6, 1785 in Philadelphia. And due to the failure of our government and other governments and private lenders to repay the debt incurred, his family was left penniless when he died at the age of 44. The hundreds of thousands of dollars, which would be tens of millions of dollars today, of the Continental debt that he bought with his own fortune were worth only about 10 cents on the dollar when he died. And that was it. So what is his legacy? He has no legacy, except for me mentioning him, as some of these other men I'm going to mention over the course of our 250th anniversary, who have no legacy and deserve a legacy. Chaim Solomon deserves a legacy. Without him, we would not have a country. His gravesite is located on the Mikveh Israel Cemetery in Philadelphia. It's unmarked. There are two plaque memorials. The east wall has a marble tablet that was installed by his great-grandson. And a granite memorial is set inside the cemetery gate. Other than that, it's as if he never existed. As if he never existed. And there are others just like this. That's Chaim Solomon. For all the Jew haters out there who pretend to be America Firsters who are not America Firsters. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Now, the FBI director signed 2 memoranda of understanding, according to the press. The monarchy, the dictatorship in Qatar, that we would share training and intelligence information with Qatar. So now we are up to our eyeballs in Qatar militarily. When it comes to our intelligence activities, when it comes to our law enforcement activities, our techniques and our training, they will have some of the most sophisticated military equipment built at the ingenuity of the American people, American capitalism. They will have a facility built on our air base in Idaho, and we're told, well, others do too. Yeah, but not a country that was involved in 9/11. Not a country that was involved in October 7th. Not a country that supports the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Iran, and the Taliban. Not a country that spends billions of dollars poisoning the minds of our young people in our colleges and universities. Nobody like Qatar has a facility on a base in the United States of America. And I'm gravely concerned about this, gravely. Mr. Producer, I'd like you to post again on social media our hour from yesterday, our first hour, where I talked about this new imperial ruling class. Not all of it, but too much of it seeks to enrich themselves. These are grifters, whether they're in politics, business, media, some of whom have good intentions, many of whom are selling out our country. Those of us who do understand radical Islam, the mentality, the war on the West, and how they intend to conquer the West, that is, to educate ourselves and become knowledgeable in these ways, because certain of their so-called scholars and imams have told us so. We understand what's going on. You, Mr. and Mrs. America, you don't benefit at all from this relationship. Understand they're going to be sending trillions of dollars into our country. When? When? And I'm sure they're going to have a return on the dollar too. That's quite significant. I'm personally very unhappy about this. It's not a one-party thing. It's a multi-party thing. It's not an ideological thing. People with all kinds of ideologies have their hand in the Qatari trough. I'm repulsed by the phony influencers and podcasters and their ilk who claim to be concerned about you. They claim that the American system is holding you down. They claim that the American system is corrupt. They claim that we took the wrong side on World War II. They trash Jews. They trash Christians while they saddle up to our enemies. Pretty sick, pretty shocking. This will be a period that goes down in our history books as a very dark period. And the names of these people who want to be famous, they will become infamous. Those of you who have the guts to speak out, and it doesn't take a lot of guts. Those of you who speak out, you will be remembered. You'll be remembered as great patriots who spoke out when you needed to speak out. You will be the Heinz Solomons. You will be the Paul Reveres, the Thomas Paines. That's what you'll be. The others will be the Benedict Arnolds who turn on their country at a time of need for money, for power. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. These days, when it comes to news, the World Wide Web is more like the Wild Wild West.
It makes you want to throw something, doesn't it?
So where can you go to make sense of your world online? Depend on WMAL.com. Get the day's top stories. Stream your favorite WMAL shows. Access our podcast archives and more.
Awesome, hilarious, entertaining, educational.
For a local news source you can trust, visit WMAL.com. Making sense of your world online.
All earlier accidents on the Beltway on the inner loop of the JW Parkway that moved to the left shoulder with traffic still jams up from the Leesburg Pike and delays continue. Headed from the Legion Bridge all the way in towards Bethesda and College Park. Earlier accidents on the outer loop between Ridge and Marlboro Road and Central Avenue now cleared, but traffic is still slow from Branch Avenue, and the crash at Allentown Road also cleared from the roadway. In Stafford on Route 1 southbound between Hospital Center Boulevard and Shady Hill Lane, there is still a disabled in the right lane, which is causing delays. The earlier accident, though, on 95 southbound at Garrisonville Aquia now moved to the left shoulder, but it is still slow from Quantico. Now for GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch and Forecast.
Tonight, partly cloudy, low around 30. Tomorrow, a chance of afternoon rain. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, high near 47.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Your path to adult education begins with AEPP. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
Carmelo Anthony here for DraftKings Sportsbook. An 82-game season, that's a grind. Trust me, I already know about that. The Emirates NBA Cup turns it up even more, and DraftKings Sportsbook lets you feel that fire every night. New customers, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART. That's code HEART. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Fear the sleepless nights watching your savings evaporate? I do. Well, I get a similar vibe of this kind of rot that's starting to be creeping in again. Bad loans, risky banks, mountains of debt nobody wants to talk about. Auto loan defaults are rising. Commercial real estate's not what it used to be. Look, we've been here before, and it usually doesn't end well for people who wait. But here's the good news. You don't have to sit helplessly this time. For over 25 years, Monetary Gold has helped Americans just like you get help protecting their wealth through every storm. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and a proven record of helping clients come out stronger on the other side. Call 877-NOW-GOLD or visit marklovesgold.com. When the dollar trembles, gold stands tall. Help protect what's yours. That's 877-NOW-GOLD, 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. Always consult your financial and tax professional before making an investment decision.
Making sense of your world.
I can't believe this.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
And I'm so with you.
Making sense of the news. WMAL. Making sense of the vote. Because elections have consequences. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
The president's record on the economy, what is it, 9-10 months, is actually stellar. It is superb. You have critics, pseudo-conservatives among others, who say he's not focused on the economy. He's focused like a laser. Peace and prosperity, that's his agenda. Peace abroad, prosperity at home. The vast majority of his executive orders are intended to reduce the bureaucracy, limit regulations, slash them like no president ever has, to open up our lands and our waters to commerce in a responsible, environmentally wise way. And it's working. The big, beautiful bill passed in late May, as I recall, has massive tax cuts that will have significant effect at the beginning and mid next year. People forget Ronald Reagan's August 1981 massive tax cuts, and they were massive. It took literally 14 months. Some have said 18, some have said whatever, but I looked it up. It was 14 months until the full force of those tax cuts took effect. And the economy exploded with growth, wealth creation, prosperity, new jobs, increased income, entrepreneurship, massive growth. Donald Trump has put in place a very, very similar program that will do, I believe, the same thing. And as Reagan would say, stay the course. You see some of these rhinos panicking. You see some of these woke Reich types taking shots at the president. Not me. I support what he's done here very, very strongly. And he knows what he's doing. He already did it in his first term. We had a massively prosperous economy. Biden and the Democrats come in and they kill it. It's as if they wanted to kill it. Huge taxes, infinite regulations, restrictions on drilling, restrictions on fishing, restrictions on ranching, restrictions on everything. As if they wanted to decrease economic activity. They passed these massive spending bills, massive debt. They lied about it. Inflation reduction was inflation promotion. President is trying to undo all that, in addition to create growth. And he has spent God knows how much time negotiating trade deals that are beneficial to the United States, bringing in significant amounts of money to rebuild our industries and so forth against communist China and the rest of it. He's got a lot to be proud of, and he's got a lot to point to. And this issue of affordability is a catchphrase by the left, like equality. They use that one too. They mean nothing. The fact is, to create economic growth and prosperity, wealth creation, you not only have affordability, you have well beyond affordability. You have security. You have availability. You have new products, new medicines, new jobs, cutting edge technologies. That's what Trump's doing, and it will pay off. Stay the course. It will pay off. I'm deeply proud of what he's done. And he spent a lot of time focused on the domestic economy. The Democrats always talk about Republicans killing the economy. When Bill Clinton ran for president the first time against Bush 41, he kept saying we were in a recession. We were never in a recession. But they repeated the lie, the media repeated the lie, and people thought we were in a recession. That's why Donald Trump's in Pennsylvania this evening. That's why he's going to travel the country. Because nobody like him can communicate with the American people and bring the truth to our communities. I think what he's done on the economy has been second to none. Outstanding. And I think it'll pay big dividends. The issue in the midterm elections, I think, will be the economy, of course, but it's going to be the woke Reich, R-E-I-C-H. If 3, 4, 5% of the people decide to stay home because of Tucker Carlson, because of Steve Bannon, people they don't even know or understand, nobody understands it, because of Candace Owens and the other reprobates, just a small percentage who say we want no identity with Nazis, we want no identity with anti-Semites, we want no identity with people who are Christians who promote Sharia law, we want no identity with any of those people. They will cause us the election. And Tucker Carlson has said as much. Not going to vote Republican. He hates the Republicans. Okay, well, we have nothing else. The goal is to push the Republicans in the right direction, not to get the Democrats elected. These are saboteurs, low IQ saboteurs. Call comes swiftly to the Ukraine, folks, the elderly like Olga. Well, it can be very deadly and many do die. Olga's 79 years old. She lives in a small village. She has no indoor plumbing, bathroom, reliable heating. Her meager pension is not enough to cover food, medicine, heat, Thanks to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, Olga received a nourishing food box, emergency lighting, and a warm blanket. This is a life-saving gift for someone like Olga. The visit from fellowship staff right in the middle of the war zone reminded her she's not forgotten. And there's another brutal winter begins. Thousands of elderly like Olga are praying for a miracle, and you can help them through a special matching grant. Now until December 28th, your tax-deductible gift to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is twice the impact, up to $50,000. Please give them a call. 844-866-IFCJ, 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 or levinforthefellowship.org. We'll be right back.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Carmelo Anthony here for DraftKings Sportsbook. An 82-game season, that's a grind. Trust me, I already know about that. The Emirates NBA Cup turns it up even more, and DraftKings Sportsbook lets you feel that fire every night. New customers, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART. That's code HEART. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Looking for a new set of wheels? Or maybe you're excited to hit the trails with a new sled. Let AmeriQ Credit Union connect you with the financing and enjoy the holiday season. Payment free for 90 days. Apply today at ameriq.org/nopay. Application subject to credit approval. To be eligible for no payments for 90 days, automatic payments from an AmeriQ account are required. Interest begins accruing on the date loan is opened and will be amortized over the monthly payments.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. President Trump is set to take the stage any minute now at a Pennsylvania casino to talk about the economy.
President Trump expected to hammer home 2 key points. First, he believes that the current state of the economy is to blame of his predecessor, President Biden. The second, that he believes things will improve after the tax and policy package was enacted earlier this year and will officially hit next year as well. The president is giving himself an A+ on the economy. Democrats say it's the latest sign the White House is out of touch with what people coast to coast are feeling. Fox polling shows a majority, 60% of people rate the economy only as fair and poor.
Fox's Mark Meredith. Weeks before district residents see a 12% hike in their gas bills, protesters interrupt a hearing today where Washington Gas asked for another $215 million to replace city gas lines. This member of the Chesapeake Climate Action Network Action Fund tells 7 News residents interrupted the D.C. Public Service Commission hearing with
their stories about how this is affecting them, how expensive bills are getting, how terrible Washington Gas's plans are for the climate.
The protesters were removed and the meeting resumed behind closed doors. Washington Gas says the rate hike the commission approved reflects the rising cost of maintaining the natural gas system. Have you cut back on any holiday lighting due to rising energy costs?
The big bulb lights, the old-fashioned lights, they pull more electric. So I have small lights around my windows.
Maryland resident Sharon Burke tells Fox 45 she's going all out while DeJuan Holmes is thinking twice.
Paring down. Just Christmas coming, Christmas goes. You can't be extravagant with lights if that's not really a thing and you're trying to save money also.
Electric bills for Marylanders have jumped an average of 12% this year, 13% in Virginia. Still, for Burke, the joy the Christmas lights bring.
It's well worth every penny.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
You fucking
Some kind words about
cocksucker.
outgoing D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith,
I
a man
fucking
with
hate
intimate
that when
knowledge
that
of
does
that
that shit.
office.
I wish her the best. That's a heck of a job that she has there in Washington, D.C.
A job Prince William County Police Chief Peter Newsom used to have from 2016 to 2020.
She had, some particularly difficult challenges while she was there. She had a force that had attrited down in size.
NPD is making strides now in recruitment. Newsom's words for the next chief: good relationships are key, he tells 7 News.
You're going to, as the chief in Washington, D.C., you're going to be working with your federal agencies. They can be very beneficial in the resources that they can bring.
Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
A man was shot and killed during a fight at a Prince George's County strip club late last night.
Investigators still working to sort out what happened at the Ebony Inn Club. According to Prince George's County Police, officers were called to the lounge in Fairmont Heights just before midnight, where they found 50-year-old Donald Hunt, who was pronounced dead at the scene. It appears a fight broke out involving several patrons, drawing the attention of the club's private security guard.
Let me turn this down. Hold on a second.
You stuff in your face?
No, smoking a joint.
Who's Donald Hunt died?
No, Donald, he's getting ready to make a speech. He's in Pennsylvania somewheres.
Not Donald Trump, Donald Hunt.
Who's Donald Hunt?
I don't know. I just heard it on the news.
I don't know. I wasn't paying. I was trying to get you up here and make sure it was you. And I got people coming at me at all angles. God,
What's going on, dude? What's going on? You're battling all fronts. You know what to do, right? You know what to do.
They can't beat me.
Fucking activate all batteries. We're gonna launch the big guns, Billy boy.
I put the wrenches back on you and Rocky and Tom and Rusty and Rain.
Oh, I didn't know I lost one. I didn't know you took it away.
Well, I did. I went live and shit. I just Rusty's been running her stream and had a couple words with Miz, and it's all good.
Why are you fighting with people?
I don't fight with Miss Liz, and we were talking about logical.
Why does that trigger you all the time, though? You know they're friends.
It didn't trigger me.
Well, apparently, something happened.
No,
I don't know what happened.
No, nothing happened. If it was that bad, Rusty would let me know. I listened to him.
All right, good.
I don't have anything against Ms. Liz.
Good. Yeah, there's no need. I mean, she's
I know.
funny.
I hope she doesn't think that I have anything.
No.
Against, I don't have anything against her.
She knows you like a baked Alaska.
She's fucking. I used to make that when I was in the Navy.
It's
just ice cream and cake is all it is.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Put it together, cake and ice cream. It's just a fancy way of saying cake and ice cream.
How many pull-ups can you do?
I haven't tried in a while, but I could probably do a few pull-ups.
I would don't try. Don't try. I don't want you to strain yourself.
Yeah, I heard that they were doing pull-ups somewhere. Is that at
Fucking
the Reagan
RFK.
Library or some shit?
No, it was at the airport. He did
At the
fucking 20
airport?
of them. He did 20 pull-ups, and the other guy did 10.
20 pull-ups is a lot of
He's
pull-ups.
fucking 71. I didn't know he was that old. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How many? You ever see that fucking excuse my vacant stare do push or pull-ups?
No. I missed all his bullshit antics for the most part. Thank
I
God.
did. I was watching the day he was doing pull-ups, right?
Another oddball. Another
It's
odd
like
fuck.
when you do a push-up, you got to get full extension. They let themselves down like halfway. They can't go all the way.
Yeah, they can't. You got to go all the way up to. You got to get your chin over the bar.
I got somebody in my backstage that says God, he's dead.
God, he's dead. Let him up. This is my dad. It might be my dad.
No, it's Alpesh Patel.
Look at this motherfucker. This bitch lit a fucking cake on fire. She burned the whole house down.
This fucking Alpesh Patel. Let's talk about him for a minute. He's in my backstage. He's got his camera on right now. Yeah, this is how dumb this motherfucker is.
Do you know that he promotes white slavery?
Who, Alpesh?
Yeah, he promotes trafficking and sex trafficking and white slavery. All the prostitutes.
He's a
brought
dumb
over to his
fuck.
house.
He sits in that apartment all day
he promotes
long.
prostitution.
Nobody visits him. He has no life other than the
He
internet.
pays $600 for an ugly ass fucking pig of a slore.
He gets
and
laid
then
once,
he comes
and
on
he
here to
doesn't
talk
get-
shit.
It's having her sleeping in your bed and waking up with her in the morning. That's the most important.
He never forgave his mother for sleeping with a dog and having him. Never forgave her for making him look like a fucking rat face.
Well, listen, him and his friends are going to Google web pages like Dajnaw's Pizza and that.
Who's his friends?
Jamie used to remember Hando used to be English Langy.
The big lips. That's the guy. Jamie's
English
the
Langy?
big lip. The big lips with the. He looks like he has woman lips.
He's posing.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
So,
he looks like a
he's in with it. I mean, remember back when Patrick Rowe was calling the VFW trying to leave me a tab? Do you remember that?
I do vaguely, yeah.
Well, anyway, today for lunch, I said, fuck it. And I called Dajnaw's Pizzeria to order something. Okay.
Yeah.
And the woman that's the head woman there, she's 60 years old. Okay. She's just three and a half years younger than I am. And the guy that owns the place, I've known him since kindergarten. We graduated from high school together. We were first string wrestlers. Yes, his last name is Dajnaw. So I call up and she says, I've been wanting to talk to you. And I got to giggling. I couldn't fucking stop giggling. All right. Bud, you're just a fucking idiot, you stupid fuck. Look at these people trying to be relevant. They're doing what fucking Wiggin accuses us of doing. Has Wiggin ever accused you of trying to wear his shoes?
All the time.
Well, anyways, so I call for the pizza, okay, and she's, I've been wanting to talk to you, leaving bad reviews, and I got to laughing because he's already called there, an Englishman, and the girl that answered the phone when he did that was a new employee. She didn't know who I was. If it had been the other woman, they would have known it wasn't me and that what the hell is going on. Well, anyways, him and his friends are going to their Google pages and leaving bad reviews, cloning me. So I had a discussion with a business owner today in Governor. All right. They told him what was going on. They know it's not me. All right. And he thinks he's going to affect people in my village. He was, I don't want to say the lady's name that works there, her first name. Well, she answers the phone. It's so fucking funny. Oh, they know it's not me. I told her it's that guy. It's Alpesh Patel. They have his YouTube address and everything. All right, so they can get his Google account, whatever one he's using. All right, so he's been bragging about leaving reviews. Right, he's trying to do it. He's saying he's doing it with JC and other people. He's obsessed. All right.
Who is?
Alpesh Patel.
I have it on good authority that he's going to drop dead soon.
I don't understand why Google hasn't done something about him because it's just pure harassment.
You're just going to drop dead, rat boy. You're just going to drop dead.
It's just pure harassment.
Your hands and your legs are going to be stiff as a board, facing upwards.
Oh, that's what it was.
With your eyes open.
So when I'm on the phone with her, I said, "You're not going to spit in my pizza, are you?" And she got to laughing.
Well, when you say that, they do it on purpose.
No. Well, there's one girl in there. She spits at my pizza. I wouldn't give a shit.
What kind of pizza do you order? Wow.
I got a large, anchovies on the side.
Shit.
Anchovies.
Anchovies. What?
I love anchovies.
I'm cutting this conversation off. Goodbye.
Are you kidding? That's an Italian treat. They didn't go on the pizza. They're in a souffle cup. Look at these fuckers. They think they're trolling me. Oh, my hair is staticky now. So I got a large with what? Anchovies, sausage, onions, mushrooms, and peppers. So 5 toppings and a large and a liter of Pepsi, a 2 liter of Pepsi, $40 delivered. So we had a good laugh at your expense, Alpesh. You go right ahead. You keep leaving Google reviews in my name. What a dumb fuck.
contribute to the erosion of democratic norms.
I'll see you later, Gotti.
According to Politico, Levin is a
Next year.
So this is how they, do their smear jobs. This is how they do it. And yet when people come up to me, and they come up to me a lot, they appreciate most of all the discussions about history, American history, the discussions about world history, the discussions about philosophy, the other things that we do. There's not a single mention of that in this. Not one. Not one. Because that's who they are. President Trump at Politico yesterday on the issue of birth. The president is coming up soon. We'll interrupt this for a live President Trump, I guess. Cut one and go. Oh, we have the president live right now in Pennsylvania. Here we go.
Yesterday, like at 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Well, I'm worried about them. Would anybody like to give up your place? Let some people come in from the cold. You go out to the cold. I don't think so. I just want to say hello, Pennsylvania, and I'm thrilled to be back. This incredible Commonwealth with so many proud, hardworking American patriots. That's what you are. So am I. I'm a proud, hard worker. I'm a proud patriot, but you're a proud patriot. Thank you very much, everybody. It's a great reception. We're on to...
Trump's a New Yorker, you dumb fuckers.
To expose what happened recently when we took over. It's 10 months, and already we have the largest investment ever made in the history of, not our country, of any country anywhere in the world. Think of that. But let me begin by wishing each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that stuff. Remember when I started in 2015, I made my first speech, and I said, we're going to bring back Christmas. Remember, the radical left wanted to get rid of the word Christmas. I said, I don't think that's going to work out. And we did it, and now everybody's saying Merry Christmas again. But just over 1 year ago today, with your help, we saved America. That's what happened. We saved in the most important election victory possibly in the history of our country. Our country was going down. We were a country that was being scoffed at, laughed at all over the world. We won all 7. Thank you, Charlie. She said, and you saved us. Who are you? Stand up, please. Who said that? I love her.
He is a connection with people like nobody
I know
else.
the states. By the way, last election, did we kick ass? We won. That means we won 3 times in a row, as you know. But we won all 7 swing states. We won the Electoral College, 312 to 226. We won, and by the way, the real vote was much more than this. But
yes, it was.
We wanted to make it too big to rig. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in many decades, and we won 86% of all counties in America, 2,700 to 525. That's good. We did it. Not me, we did it. And now, after just 10 months in office, I'm pleased to report that America is winning again. Pennsylvania is prospering again. And I will not rest until this Commonwealth is wealthier and stronger than ever before. Remember when Biden got up and called you a state? That was not good. He said, it's great to be back in this state. Oh, where are we? Where are we? What state is it? It's Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. No, we're respected again as a country. We're respected. Since my inauguration, we've created nearly 60,000 new Pennsylvania jobs, including 4,000 Pennsylvania manufacturing jobs that the Democrats gave up on. You're doing better than you've ever done. Under our leadership, more than 40,000 Pennsylvanians have been lifted off of food stamps. 40,000. And working with a great guy, remember David McCormick? He used to go to every rally I had. He knew what was happening. And he's here again, as usual. I can't get rid of this guy. Where is he? He got a little lucky, though. You know, in Butler, a place called Butler, Pennsylvania. I love Butler, Pennsylvania, but it was amazing. And we had a tremendous crowd, like 55, 60,000 people. Then I called David. I said, David, come on up. He was working like hell to get it was a tough race. And very few people could have done what he did. But I said, right at the beginning of the speech, I said, David, come on up. Come on up. This was before the thing happened. And then I looked at him and said, you know what, David, just stay there. I'll get you later. You're so lucky, David. You're so lucky you don't know. I could have had a little differently shaped ear if it weren't for you. You know, you got very lucky that day. People don't talk about that, but I remember I called him up and I said, just stay there. Because he was walking a little bit slowly. I didn't want to take the time. Oh, boy, that was a good day for you. What a job he did. He's really a great guy. And his wife, Tina, is fantastic. Thank you. Stand up, brother. He's a lucky man. Working with Senator David McCormick, we've secured commitments for nearly $100 billion of investments in Pennsylvania. We were up here a few months ago. Some of the greatest energy companies in the world made that. We were doing it on a beautiful day, a little warmer than it is outside today, David. But over $100 billion, and we've saved a great American company. You know, we saved, this little group of people and me saved a little company called U.S. Steel, and it's hot as a pistol now. And we have the keys to the company. It's always going to be here. It's never moving. They said, "What?"
There's a steel yard in my village.
Move a steel mill to Japan.
Governor
You can move
Ironworks.
a headquarters, but the steel mill stays here. That's all that matters. And I will tell you, the company is spending billions and billions of dollars, and there was no second by comparison. Other companies were
We're
interested.
going to take a short break. This is fascinating. I love it. Love it. And I know you do too. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
The Paul Steffen Home has saved hundreds of women and babies since it began its Save Babies One Mom at a Time mission. To save the baby, you must save the mom too. Please donate today. CallSteffenHome.org. CallSteffenHome.org.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people. It's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month. It's a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now. It just makes so much sense right now.
I'm saving the best for last. So this isn't the hardest, but
MediShare's been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing.
Will Durant, you better smarten up, boy. Because I'm about sick of you. You ignorant motherfucker.
I'll give you the number here in a second. Just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline's December 15th.
Hey, come up here when Rob Noxious come up. He's just your piddle paddle. You might be good on a computer, but other than that, you ain't dude, fucking, Bible says do good in all your deeds. You're not somebody I could trust, Will Durant. I would not trust you with my wallet, no more than my life. You're a fucktard. Hi, Tom. Good to see you, Tom.
Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
I got him running, Tom. I removed everybody's wrenches and they didn't dare come into my chat. I was the only mod. I put a stream up. I was up for 17 minutes. I let fucking Bud up here. Bud No Balls come up here. You can watch it. It was my last stream. And yes, Tony, I put a wrench back on your name too. We don't have a mod problem over here. Yeah, I don't have mods because I actually need them to watch my chat, like what Mary Burney. I watched Mary Burney's chat from a couple of weeks ago, and Doug was up on her panel. Wow, Doug. Please donate today. Doug, why are all your friends attacking me still? They have been from fucking day one. I remember that first time you come up and visited me, Doug, on the way out the door, you were like, oh, you're afraid that if you associated with me, you'd lose your other friends. God bless you, Tony. Hey, Tony, Alpesh Patel thinks he's going to get away with going to Google websites and putting bad reviews in my own village. These people know me. Yo, he did it all wrong. Now, if he hadn't called the cops and they didn't know who he was, he'd probably getting away with it because then I wouldn't know who it is. But he's fucking bragging at right here in YouTube. And it's him. We leaving reviews in your name. Oh, they're going to spit in your food. Oh. December 14th, 2025. Then Alpesh comes in here and said, I don't have any viewers. Nobody's watching. The only post in your chat is from Spunky. Listen, this fucker, right? What the fuck did Spunky ever do to you, Alpesh? Why do you attack everybody? What a fucking moron. Can you imagine dying for your country for this guy to have his freedom? Alpesh Patel. What a dumb fuck you are. You're a dumb motherfucker. Zenny, you're wrong. You need to call that motherfucker out, Zenny. Tell him to knock his shit off. That's why I did that. You're supposed to be good vibes. That's not good vibes, Zenny. That motherfucker's cloning me, and it's not just me. He's doing it to other people. I don't give a fuck. He does it to me. That's why I'm here. He's getting exposed. He's not going to get away with it. But you sit there on your fucking thumbs, Zenny, and you made a video about me with my face on a fucking maxi pad. It's your friends that fucking are bleeding that Paul bitch life. Why don't you come on up here, you fat fucker, Paul? Bring Walter Byrne and all them motherfuckers with you. Every single one of them. Come on. How about you, JC? I'm a strong woman. No, you're not.
But it's been amazing what's happened. It's been amazing. It's a transformation of our country. I have the greatest oil man anywhere in the world. I see him sitting right there, Chris Wright. I was going to put a man, Doug Burgum, he's great. He's interior. And I said, Doug, I want you to go to Energy. You're really fantastic. Energy came from North
and there's
Dakota.
A pump right there. Big, that's a dumb fucker, Mike Harrison.
Place. They've done really a great job. He was a great governor, I would say, right? Really great. And a great person. He's doing a fantastic job. I said, I want you to head up Energy, sir. I'd be good, but I tell you, there's one man out there in the whole world. There's one man out there who would be better than me. Who is it? A man named Chris Wright. Who the hell is Chris Wright? Give me a break. I never heard of the guy. Well, you never heard. He's the biggest there is. He's the smartest there is. The greatest oil man in the world. Chris Wright. I said, I got to see this guy. And after about 2 minutes, I understood exactly what Doug was saying. So I said, okay, Doug, you'll go to Interior. You work with, because interestingly, Interior owns all the land that has the oil. And he has all the
Department of the Interior.
that drills the oil. And they said, we'll do a friendly merger.
Another government bureaucracy created by, I forget who created it.
That we've ever done ever before. Prices are way down.
Back in the 1800s.
4 states, it was just reported that 4 states had $1.99 a gallon. We're sawmaking. So I want to introduce Chris Wright. Stand up, Chris. Who would think, you look at him, he's a nice looking guy, who would think he's rated, he's the most talented oil guy. He can put his nose in the ground and tell you whether or not
he's sitting there. Spunky's the last one that posted in his chat, and that was 6 hours ago.
So I want to thank you. You're doing a great job.
Look at this fucker sitting there with one viewer drinking beer.
We are right now involved in more energy and have more energy in the works by far than we've ever had before.
What a dumb fuck.
Yeah, not even
That
close.
is right.
That's a dumb motherfucker right there. Now, well, I'm leaving now.
And again, they caused the high prices and we're bringing them down. It's a simple message. If I had one message tonight, this is being covered like all over the world. This is crazy because I haven't made a speech in a little while. When you win, you say, I can now rest. So Susie Trump, do you know Susie Trump? Sometimes referred to as Susie Wiles. Susie Trump. She's the great chief of staff at the. They don't use the word chief of staff anymore because of the Indians got extremely upset.
He's so not PC. Just fantastic. I'll be right back. Every day I hear from Americans who feel like they're losing their voice, frustrated that their values are being ignored or erased. If that's you, let me tell you something that you can do right now. Join AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC isn't just another group. It's a powerful community built on faith, family, and common sense. They're standing in the gap, giving millions of Americans the tools to stay informed, engaged, and prepared. Members get real, practical benefits, unbelievable discounts on insurance, travel, and retail, plus access to exclusive resources in the AMAC magazine, which is truly one of the best publications out there. And for a limited time, you can join free for 90 days, no credit card required, no strings attached. Just a chance to see what the Association of Mature American Citizens is all about for free. So go to amac.us/Levin right now. That's amac.us/LEVIN. Take the first step and make your voice matter again. That's amac.us/LEVIN.
Go order another pizza, Billy. They're gonna shit in it.
On 95 in Prince
Go
George's
order
County,
anything, any store you go into, they're fucking hating you, man. You fucked up their business. You're giving them 1-star reviews in your name and picture. You're
Out on the
fucked,
train
Billy.
of the GW subway northbound, it jammed up between 123 and
Huh?
the Beltway.
Every single
On
fucking
395
store,
northbound in
Billy.
Alexandria, the disabled vehicle has the center lane blocked
Every
just before
single
Seminary
store.
Road.
Go and check
Traffic
on your
jams, and that's
computer and
a
look at the reviews.
And in
For
Arlington,
the
on
12 and
395
everything.
northbound,
Every
jammed up between 110
Not
and the
just
Southwest
pizza,
Freeway
mate. Go and have a look at
exit
Trips
and
Fuel.
House of Garage Door Repair.com.
And have a look at that's where you get your program from.
Tonight,
And all the value is not just a pizza, mate.
a chance of
Every time you order something
Otherwise,
from that
Mr.
pizza
Howard
place, you're going to be
is here for
paranoid
this
thinking they fuck with your food.
Home has saved
It's going to be a
hundreds
fuck,
of women
though,
and
isn't it?
babies. Since it
Anywhere
began,
you
it's
go
to
in
save
Mumbai,
babies
you're going to be
one mom
paranoid.
at a time mission.
You can't buy
To
any
save the
food now,
baby,
can you?
I'm going to save the mom.
Even New York
Please
Pizza
donate today.
have
Call
left
Stephen
a review in your name, Billy.
Call Stephen
And what are you going to do about this? What are you doing?
I don't have to do anything. I did it today. I ordered a fucking pizza, Alpesh. They didn't spit in my pizza. And they know it's you posting the reviews and not me. I don't do that. I don't do it. I don't do that shit. They know it's you now because I told them. And they're letting all their business owners know you're not, you're an idiot. You're a fucking flaming touch hole. That's all you are. You can't even do a push-up. I didn't say her, please. Zenny's an idiot for not fucking putting you in your place. Bottom line. Zenny's an idiot for not fucking putting you in your fucking place. That's a fact. I am. That's right. Zenny better do the right thing, or she's not going to get any sympathy from me because you're a fucking idiot. And if she's friends with you, she's an idiot. That's all there is to it. You're stressing out like a motherfucker. Take a chill pill. Go get a hooker. I'm not going to tell you to leave me alone. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, keep trolling me. I'm going to make you quit. I'm going to make you quit, pal. There ain't no paranoia here. You're the one paranoid. Paranoia is going and making bad reviews under someone's name. You're paranoid. I make you fucking squirm. You're worse than Tom Carlisle right now. Well, don't quit. Keep going. Your Google reviews are fucking hi, Rusty. Yes, you are paranoid, acid drip. You're a fucking paranoid. Cloning me and going making Google reviews, that's paranoid. I'm not asking her to help me. I'm just telling her how I feel. That's all there is to it. She can take it the way she wants. If she wants to get mad at me, I'll accept it. If she wants to agree with me, I'll accept that. I don't care. You're crying. You're crying. And now you're crying. And now yeah, that's right. I did. And now you're crying about Spunky. Now you're crying about Spunky. Yeah. I'm fast Elvis. I'll poop. Billy, what you gonna do? I'm making bad reviews in your name, Billy. Google will catch up to you. I'm not worried about it. I'm a patient man. Eventually, Google is going to remove your fucking account. That would be the best. Google needs to remove your account. Google needs to time you out. That's a fact. You keep saying the same shit. They hardly have any reviews on there. You're fucking caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Sometimes somebody was different left the review. Well, they never bought a pizza there. They know it's not me. If you put my name there, they know it's not me. Every single store in your town. Every single store. I don't Facebook. Nobody in my village sees me on Facebook. I don't Facebook. I've got 500 fucking Google accounts. I don't Facebook.
Equity loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have a predictable 1 monthly payment. Let's use your home's equity to pay off high interest debts, free up your cash flow, still keep your
making you squirm, boy.
There are no upfront fees.
Hey, call Dasna's right now. They're open. I ordered a pizza today and talked to him, you dumb fucker.
888-900-1828.
He wants me to go into my computer. He expects me to go to all these places he's been to try to rebut him. I don't need to. Word of mouth goes around pretty fast here, boy. All right? That'd be like me coming to your fucking village and doing that to you. All right? These people, who is this Billy Hayden? You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're fucking lost in space. You're out here on the internet thinking you're some sensation when you're not. You're cloning people and making reviews in their name. You're going to get in trouble for it. Your fucking troll days are over with, boy. Your days of harassing people are over with. Nobody's in your chat posting. Nobody's agreeing with you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's not going to affect their business. You're an idiot. Dajnaz has been in business for quite a long time now. Nobody complaining. You're the only one complaining. Keep crying, you dumb fuck.
We're going to be making a change. Fortunately, this guy's out. But we have 4 members appointed by Sleepy Joe Biden. Which is better? Sleepy
Trump
Joe
is
or
live.
Crooked Joe? Historically, when I've done polls, from people, I do my own polls. I go to a big arena, we have 20,000 people. I say, which you like, Sleepy Joe or Crooked Joe? And I learned, I save millions of dollars. I don't have to do any polling.
Excuse me.
Typically, Crooked Joe wins. I'm surprised. Because to me, he's a sleepy son of a bitch, who destroyed our country. If we didn't come along, and it's not me, it's all of us. If we didn't come along, this country was destroyed. I'll tell you, it would have been destroyed. But now Democrats in Congress want to take us straight back to the Bidenomics. They don't change. And I don't really talk about it because, for instance, I watched a congressman the other day on a television show. They were interviewing a Democrat. He was fighting like hell for men to play in women's sports, okay? And I was going to put something out. I was going to make it. He's a well-known congressman. And I said, let's save it about 2 weeks before the election, right, David? We don't want to do it now. What the hell good does it do now? Let's save it for about 2 weeks because we don't want them to change. Just let them keep going. I think transgender for all is a great, great thing for the Democrats to be talking about. Transgender for every member in your family. If they're not feeling well that night, let's just change their sex. No, let's not talk about it. Let them go and let them fight to get these things. I think open borders are great. Where prisons are emptied into our country, right? Where people from all over the world being dumped into our country. The people that aren't wanted in their countries, by the way. I think that's a great, like Somalia. Welcome. Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's for Minnesota, That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Ilan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little shoe, the little turban. I love her. She comes in, there's nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing, they have no police. They police themselves, they kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours or would it be something less than that? She married her brother to get in. Therefore, she's here illegally. She should get the hell out. Throw the hell out. She does nothing but complain.
President Trump in Pennsylvania, live.
So now, and we have our savior in this room. His name is Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent. Because that very handsome man, that man, by the way, if you're picking the Secretary of the Treasury, is he like the perfect guy for a movie? He's made for the movie. Stand up, Scott. Look at him. No, he's central casting. He's central casting. But, you know, under that beautiful exterior is a killer. And here's what happened. He is in charge of the investigation of Somalia and the billions of dollars they have robbed from Minnesota, right? I hope you do your job. I hope you're not one of these Republicans where something comes up and they don't do what they should do because they're nicer people. You know, they're much nicer people than the Democrats, but Scott's actually not a nice person at all. So, Scott, you're in charge of that investigation? Okay, I'm not interfering at all. I'm just saying, please do a good job, honest and fair. Right? Honest and fair. Oh, if he's honest and fair, you know what he's going to find? It's great. I'd love to have that job. I may switch jobs with you. I'd love to have that job. They get them the hell out of here. They hate our country. And she hates our country. And her friends hate our country. And AOC hates our country. They all do. And we have a new candidate in the great state of Texas, where I won Texas by more votes than anybody. And you have to understand, I'm being judged by these bad people back there, the fake news. So anything I say that's slightly off, I get like headlines. Donald Trump exaggerated. Donald Trump lied. They give me Pinocchios, Washington Post, and Pinocchio. They lie every day. They give me a Pinocchio. But think of this. If I make even the slightest mistake, what they do is they go after me. Everything I say is correct. We have now a new candidate. I won Texas by the largest vote in the history of Texas 3 times, okay? I love Texas. Just like I love Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Just like I love, honestly, every one of our states. I love all of our states that we've done so well. I love all of our states. What? By the way, is this a different country now than we had a year and a half ago? Not that different. Crime is way down, despite the fact that we have many, bad people entered our country. Many of them are being taken out. Ultimately, they're all being taken out. Washington, D.C., we had a tragic incident, as you know, with the 2 incredible people. What a terrible thing that was just 2 weeks ago, right? Just a terrible National Guard, terrible thing. Sarah and Andrew. Sarah passed away. She's looking at us from heaven, from above, and she was killed almost instantly. They kept her alive. So her parents came from West Virginia, another great state. Her parents are incredible. They couldn't believe it. She was 20 years old. Perfect. She was just getting a little promotion. They were so proud of her. She was on her way up. And she was shot in the head. Shot in the head. They were able to keep her alive long enough for her parents to come in from West Virginia and say goodbye to her. And Andrew is the second one, who's also from West Virginia National Guard. Incredible people. And so they were both from West Virginia. And his mother's named Monica. And Monica's the most positive person I've ever seen. The night that he was so badly hit and the doctors gave him almost no chance, I called their hospital room and spoke to her. And she said, so he'll be fine. Oh, no, I'm telling you, I'm praying. The whole country is praying. Sir, I'm telling you, don't worry about it. He's going to be fine. This is the mother talking to me. And the father's like devastated. He's an incredible guy too, both. And I went and invited them to the Oval Office, and they came in. She said, sir, he's fine. It was amazing, actually. And today, Monica, she said, we're all praying, and I'm praying. And then she called to say, sir, he moved his finger today. This is like 3 days later. He moved his finger, and Today I got a call that he got up from bed. Do you believe that? He got up.
We have to take a little break here, America, but we will be back. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the new.
At Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we personalized and holistic healthcare experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched. Period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excellusforbusiness.com.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? There's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, season, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the level brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
Most people would rather remove a nest of irate hornets than search for auto at home insurance. That's why
I even told Billy, I believe him alone.
100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at the Zebra.com.
Vampires, mummies, the fools, ready out of Halloween candy. Step into Gimme Drugs for everything you need for tricks and treats. Monster savings on candy, Gritty Pies, pumpkin carving tricks. And don't forget the booze. Jimmy even has glitter lanterns and scary skeleton decor. So, on point, like my friends, GimmyDrugs.com.
The Mega Millions jackpot
is getting mega huge. What's your favorite New York lottery retailer? And that's your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your needs. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive a personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nysep.gov/enrolltech. A message from the New York State Education Department.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. Never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply a minute, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage for Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Husband application available. Online health questions required.
Making sense of your world. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news. Chris Plant, weekdays 9 to noon on 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
I'll just buy 3 slices of
Fuck
you know.
World.
I want to eat the rest of the 5 slices.
We were just disgusted by the the leftism, and all the rest of it. It's not an accident. There are forces out there rewriting the rules, censoring the facts, gaslighting the nation. But here's the good news. Their grip is slipping. We're gaining ground. Blaze TV is where their schemes get exposed and their narratives are dismantled piece by piece. At Blaze, we dig into what they don't want you to know. We do it without fear, without apology. Blaze TV isn't just a network. No, it's a movement. When you subscribe, you're not just signing up for service, you're joining this movement. A movement of people who are informed, who want our country back, and are ready to take action. You can go to levintv.com/Levin and use promo code Levin, and you'll save $20 on your annual subscription. Again, that's LEVIN, levintv.com/Levin, and use promo code Levin. It's only 26 cents a day to keep the truth, keep your sanity, and for all of us together to save our country. And if we don't stand up now, we may not get another chance. Visit levintv.com/Levin and join us, levintv.com/Levin. People are telling us, and I don't blame them. They want to hear their president, our president. So do I. Here we go.
They were ruining. They're going to destroy our country. The cost of a Christmas ham. What? Don't forget. Oh, eggs. I'm getting the eggs. But you're right. Remember with eggs where I had my first news conference. 2 days went by and I had a news conference. Unlike Biden, 2 years go by, he still didn't have. Remember, he'd walk off the stage. He's finished with his, sir, you're finished with your speech. Now what? You finished what? And then he'd walk into a wall. What he did, and it wasn't him, it was some really smart, radical left lunatics. What they did to our country, we can never forget. We can never forget. But do you remember the first eggs? We remember the first 3 days. I just got there. Sure, what's these people? 2 of them are there, right there. Look at all those cameras you got. You got a lot of television going. 2 of them were there. And I'm talking about, yes, I look forward to getting involved and doing great things. What about eggs? Eggs are down. They go, eggs. They said, the price of eggs is quadrupled. I said, oh, I didn't know that. Tell me about it. It's gone up like 4 or 5 times. Remember eggs right at the beginning. He's right when he says eggs. It went up like 4 times. It was like crazy. And they said, sir, don't buy. They came into the Oval Office. Sir, you know, we have an Easter egg hunt. It's like a thing for 150 years at the White House. Beautiful. They said, sir, we're going to buy plastic eggs this year. Plastic eggs. We don't have, enough eggs to go around for that. I said, you're going to buy regular eggs. And by the time Easter comes, we're going to have so many eggs, you're not going to know what to do. You're not buying plastic. And we didn't. And Brooke Rollins, our Secretary of Agriculture, did an incredible job. And eggs dropped like a rock. And we ended up buying a lot of eggs for a lot of. But the price of eggs is down now 80% since March. Take a look. And we have 2 price charts. Do you remember the last time I pointed to a chart? My all-time, I don't care what these charts say. My all-time favorite chart was the chart I had in Butler. It's nothing. I like the Butler chart. Remember that was on how great employment was and all this, but I like it for other reasons. Look at that chart. It's good, but now as I talk about the Butler chart, I don't even want to look at it. Doesn't mean anything. But look, Biden price increases and Trump price increases. Look at Biden. Up 37, 24%, 22, 21, 30.7, 30.7 again, 10.4%, 49%. Trump, the price is down 5.1, 4.2, 0.5, down 4%, 2 points, 2.9. Look at that. Our prices are coming down. Their prices, it's a hoax. They're just, remember they said the Inflation Reduction Act. Remember that? Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. The inflation, and after they got it approved, because we had a few Republicans that went along with that whole hoax. And remember, we're going to pass the inflation.
The president of Pennsylvania.
Inflation reduction there. There's nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with inflation either way, other than raising inflation, perhaps, because it was such a stupid. And then they admitted, they fought it like, oh no, this is inflation. After they got the thing passed, then they said, we agree, it has nothing to do with inflation. Screw you, we don't care. That's what it is. We're dealing with bad people. And the word affordability is the exact same thing. And I can't say affordability hoax because I agree the prices were too high. So I can't call it a hoax because they'll misconstrue that. But they use the word affordability. And that's their only word. They say affordability. And everyone says, oh, that must mean Trump has high prices.
All right, we got to take a top of the hour break. We will be right back.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first home buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, season, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get in your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meter beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting our team personalized service and support. Or just because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your life. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive the personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nysed.gov/enrolltech. A message from the New York State Education Department.
At Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits.
Let's do some office work, man.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news.
Someone's triggered. Someone's triggered. Yeah, someone's triggered.
The president told the people gathered.
And I will not rest until this Commonwealth is wealthier and stronger.
After President Trump recently rated his economy A+++++ in a Politico interview, the governor of
I'm beginning to think that El Pesha's dad is Paul Beachlife, and this Paul Beachlife probably met some Indian girl back whenever. How old are you, Paul? You old enough to be this guy's dad?
Subsidies to expire, replacing them with government-funded health savings accounts. Democrats have their own plan to extend current subsidies. Neither plan expected to get enough votes to advance. 2 students shot, one fatally after a shooting near a residence hall at Kentucky State University, a historically black university in Frankfurt. Assistant Police Chief Scott Tracy says the suspect, who's in custody, is not a student.
Frankfurt police believe this to be an isolated incident, and there are no
no active safety concerns on campus at this time.
University was put on lockdown. Officials there are offering counseling and support services. And a stabbing at a high school in central North Carolina has left one student dead and another student injured. America is listening to Fox News.
From the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. Have you cut back on any holiday lighting due to rising energy costs?
The big bulb lights, the old-fashioned lights, they pull more electric.
Maryland resident Sharon Burke tells Fox 45 she's going all out while Dewan Holmes is thinking twice.
Tear it down. Just Christmas coming, Christmas go. You can't be extravagant with lights.
Electric bills for Marylanders have jumped an average of 12% this year, 13% in Virginia. Still, for Burke, the joy the Christmas lights bring.
It's well worth every penny.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Weeks before district residents see a 12% rate hike in their gas bills, protesters interrupt a hearing today where Washington Gas asked for another $215 million to replace city gas lines. This member of the Chesapeake Climate Action Network Action Fund tells 7 News.
Their stories about how this is affecting them, how expensive bills are getting, how terrible Washington Gas's plans are for the climate.
The protesters were removed and the meeting resumed behind closed doors. Washington Gas says the rate hike the commission approved reflects the rising cost of maintaining the natural gas system. The Monterey County Council has approved the University Boulevard corridor plan to bring missing middle-type housing to Silver Spring.
The plan allows homeowners to replace their single-family homes with duplexes, triplexes, even apartment buildings, part of an effort to generate more affordable housing. At-large member Will Chawando says it won't make housing cheaper.
In the case of an apartment building, where that apartment is torn down and rebuilt, and the rents are now out of range for the people who lived there prior.
But Council President Natalie Fani Gonzalez, the bill's sponsor, prevailed.
We cannot continue as a nation to say we're facing a housing crisis, yet not do anything about it.
John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Judy Kodiak, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
On 395 northbound in Arlington, traffic is jammed up from Boundary Channel Drive to the Southwest Freeway exit DC. On 395 northbound in Springfield, there is an accident. The right lane is blocked right at the Beltway. Minor delays as you approach. On the Beltway, in loop in Tysons, jammed up between Leesburg Pike and the Claremont Parkway. The outer loop of the Beltway in Alexandria, that's stop and go from Eisenhower Avenue connector to the Wilson Bridge. In 95 southbound in Morton, it's jammed up between the Morton exit and 123. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL storm watch forecast.
Tonight, partly cloudy, low around 30. Tomorrow, a chance of afternoon rain. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, high near 47.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month. Game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now because it just makes so much sense right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a proven thing. And if you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline's December 15th. Call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. It's 855-BIBLE-11. That's 855-BIBLE-11. 855-BIBLE-11.
Ever wish buying a home is as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, season, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mymoreland.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
We've once again made contact with our leader, Greg Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Folks, I got to tell you, there's enormous desire by you, Mr. and Mrs. America, to hear our president in Pennsylvania. It's almost like a campaign event. He has a way of communicating with the American people that nobody does. And the concern here is that we must win the midterm elections. The Democrats are lying about the economy. The media are lying about the economy. I remember when this was done, when Bill Clinton was running for president against George Bush, 41, and Bush didn't have the ability to push back. They said we were in a recession. We were not. But in any event, I think they're tangling with the wrong guy here. We've got to hold the House. We cannot allow the Marxist Islamists, the neo-fascists. We cannot allow people who now say they want to destroy the Republican Party, the Carlsons and so forth, to do this to our country. We must win the midterm elections for our sake, the nation's sake, our children and grandchildren's sake, and to continue with this president. All right, you win. Here's the president. Go.
And my hand will never be the same. I patted him on the back. I said, Saquon, let's go. You're my partner today. Let's go win. Because it was like I hit a piece of steel. I said, what the hell is with you, Saquon? That's pretty. He's good. But he's a better football player than he is a golfer. Trust me. He's so strong. Those muscles are, Jesus. But his football is great. His golf will be very good. Very good. But we won. We won our match. And you do have a great coach. I was with you, Coach. I got a little streak going here. But that'll change. But he's a great coach. Well, you won the whole deal, right? I got to know him last year when he came to the White House, and I said, this guy's he's a real leader. The players loved him. And you had some players that are just, really just fantastic guys. But they have a good football team. It's really good to watch. But for 4 long years, Biden and the Democrats tried to endlessly kill Pennsylvania energy jobs. They worked so hard to kill the jobs. They wanted wind all over the place, Let's go buy those windmills for millions of dollars each from China. Every time it goes around, you lose $15. Did you know that? That's all that happened. You're supposed to make money with energy. You're not supposed to lose money with energy. And everybody that's doing wind is in virtual bankruptcy right now. If you look at UK, I told the prime, he's a nice man, Starmer, Prime Minister. I said, you have a great energy source in the North Sea. Use it. Well, you're not going to be in office very long. The energy prices, they're putting wind all over Scotland, all over the most beautiful fields in the world, Scotland. All over beautiful. We have some Scottish people here. Where the hell did you come from? We have Scottish people. But they're putting wind all over Scotland. The people are not thrilled with it. And it's costing them a fortune. They have the most expensive energy. And I said, I'm going to do you a favor. You could be there for a long time. Open up the North Sea oil. One of the greatest oil. And, they like to say, well, it's very well depleted. No, it's good for another 500 years. And they haven't even found most of it yet. And if you look at Norway, they have a section of the North Sea, which in theory isn't as vibrant. And it's a very rich country. They have a tremendous worth because of the North Sea. But UK has to, if they don't go back to oil, I think a lot of bad things are happening to Europe. That their immigration policies are so bad. They're so bad. They're destroying our beautiful Europe. I love Europe. They're destroying Europe, and they better do something. I'll give them just some free advice. I'm focused here, but I give them free advice. They better be careful because immigration and energy are going to destroy Europe. On day one, I ended the war in Pennsylvania energy. I just terminated something that was insane. And we all love Elon. Elon was up here campaigning, right? But I said, Elon, I think electric cars are great, but not everybody wants an electric car. and I ended the insane electric vehicle mandate where everybody was supposed to have an electric car by the year like 2030 or some ridiculous year like that. It's just not going to be that way. I don't think it'll be some like hybrid, some going to like gasoline powered. I mean, the nice thing about gasoline is we have 2,000 years worth of gas. We have more gasoline. We have more oil and gas than any country anywhere in the world. Is that right? And they want us to go to batteries. Let's go to batteries. We don't have battery content. So let's go to batteries, according to these morons that were in our country. Let's not use oil and gas, which we have more than any country in the world. Let's go to batteries. Well, we have to go to the Congo and get it from China. But I actually stopped the war with Congo and Rwanda, and they said to me, please, please, we would love you to come and take our minerals, which we'll do. But I stopped the Green New Scam. It's a total scam. And, we had, they used to call it global warming, then they called it 15 other things, and none of them worked. So they came up with climate change, remember? Climate change. Because you can't go wrong with climate change if it goes up. Remember, global warming, and then the temperature started going down like a rock. Remember? We had global warming, and they sent that big, beautiful ship with all scientists on it, and it went into deepest Alaska. It went up through the ice. And the global warming, it was getting so warm, except unfortunately they had a bad few weeks. It got so cold that the ice just crushed it. We had to take those poor bastards out by helicopter. The scientists, they said, one guy was petrified of helicopter. He said, I have a choice, go down in the ice with the ship or go in a helicopter. He chose the helicopter. He made it. But we have a very simple policy, right, Chris? Drill, baby, drill. We have a simple policy. And natural gas production is booming. Coal mining is up by 2.4 million tons a month. And we're also reviving Pennsylvania manufacturing. And with our historic tariffs, steel production is roaring back. We're building steel mills all over the country. And U.S. Steel is coming back at a level never thought possible before. And I was up. And I was up here and with the workers and with Selena. Do you know Selena? Does everybody know? And with some other people. We were up with some great people, and we spent the whole day, and they were determining whether or not they wanted to make which one of the deals. I went to the workers. I said, which one do you like? We picked the right one. As I said before, billions of dollars they're spending. And the steel workers are doing phenomenally better. I think you're going to do better than you've ever done before. You were losing all of your steel. If we didn't have tariffs, you would have no steel. We wouldn't have one steel mill anywhere in the United States. And that would be really bad for, Scott, national security. We need, the one thing you need steel. You can...
Obviously, the president is in Pennsylvania. This is live.
Pencils. Because under the China policy, every child can get 37 pencils. They only need one or two. They don't need that many. But you always need steel. You don't need $37 for your daughter. 2 or 3 is nice, but you don't need $37. So we're doing things right. We're running this country right. We're also putting thousands of dollars in the pockets of hardworking Pennsylvanians with the largest tax cuts in American history. That's no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, no tax. And all of that kicks in on January 1st. It hasn't kicked in yet. I mean, we're doing great, and it hasn't kicked in yet, and it's amazing. And it's one of the reasons they said, sir, would you mind going on the trail? And I actually like it, I have fun. I haven't read practically anything off the stupid teleprompter. And then my speechwriters they're getting awards for some of the finest.
We got to take a break, folks. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meter beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Holiday Wish Hotline, go. Make my Sunday football the ultimate experience. TCL's QM8K QD Mini LED is the real MVP. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for the ultimate experience. Pictures so clear you can almost taste the turf. Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings and undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last. TCL, official TV partner of the NFL. Bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See site for details.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
Cold comes swiftly to the Ukraine, and for elderly Jews like Olga, it can be deadly. Olga's 79 years old. She lives in a small village where she has no indoor plumbing, bathroom, or reliable heating. But thanks to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, Olga received a nourishing food box, emergency lighting, and a warm blanket. This aid is a life-saving gift for someone like Olga. Now, as another brutal winter begins, thousands of elderly Jews like Olga are praying for a miracle. You can be that miracle. You can be that blessing through a special matching grant from now until December 28th. Your gift today to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews has twice the impact, up to the first $50,000. So please don't delay. To rush your tax-deductible gift, call 844-866-IFCJ. That's 844-866-IFCJ. Or online at levinforthefellowship.org. That's Levin for thefellowship.org.
Making sense of your world.
I don't know where to begin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Thanks for taking my call.
Making sense of the news. WMAL's Vince Colonnese. Weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. As President Trump said, I'm a mom, a wife.
Pennsylvania, President Trump.
Brilliant children. And the no tax on tips is incredible. No tax on overtime is incredible for my husband. And it all comes back to our family. It saves us, and it's for the future of our children. And it's been such a blessing to be home with them and to have them here with me tonight. And thank you for everything, President.
You know what's great? So she had these notes, right? They're not notes, it's a speech. She never even looked at it. She was great. It's much better when you don't have to read it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. So I just thought, great job. That's a great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's great. Never looked at the notes. She never looked at those notes. That's pretty cool. I have a lot of professionals sitting right here that get up and read a speech. But Megan didn't have to do that. Another key part of our tax cuts is known as Trump accounts. Under this new program, the federal government will be creating an investment savings account for every single newborn American child with $1,000 to be invested and grow over the course of their life, right at the beginning of birth. Friends, family, employers, and loved ones will be able to add thousands of dollars a year, and it's like a trust fund for every American child. It's going to be something, and it's really exciting. And I want to thank Michael Dell and his beautiful Dell computer. Go out and buy a Dell computer. He got it started. He put up $6,250 million. And he started with nothing. Think of that. And he just put that up, $6,250,000,000. Michael Dell, thank you wherever you may be. Michael's probably in Texas watching us right now. And his beautiful wife, they're a great couple. His wife is incredible. Every single Democrat in Congress voted against these unbelievable benefits for American families. Why would you vote against? Money is being put up, big money is being put up. And you know, these kids, when they get to be 18, 20, 21, 30, 35 years old, they could have $100,000, $200,000, and they're going to be rich. I mean, they're going to feel rich, and they're going to be watching it grow, and they may be helping it grow. Who knows? You never know. But it's going to teach them. It's going to be a great thing. This was Michael and some other people's ideas. They wanted to do this, and they spoke with their wallet too. They put up a tremendous amount of money. So I just want to thank Michael Dell, his wife and family, and everybody else that was with us the other day. It was a big day, and it's a big event. But we're joined today by some of your representatives who voted to put more money in your pockets. And these are great people. And I'll introduce David. I'm going to ask him to stand up again, because David McCormick is a really great man in the truest sense. He won a race. You know, he really did well the first time too, but some bad things happened, right? And very few people are willing to do that again. And to be honest, if he would have lost, I know his wife. She's a beautiful woman, extremely into the social scene, but respected by everybody. She would have left him if he lost. And I told him, Dina would have left him. She's that way. Hey, we can't help it. That's the way she is. So I said, David, you're taking a big risk if you run again, because if you lose twice, your wife is leaving you. And he wasn't worried. Stand up. David McCormick. Yeah. He was so great. He followed me every...
I don't know how this man does it, President. What is he, 78, 79 years old? He's happy. He's engaged. Sharp as a tack. Just incredible.
Like me in some cases, I was thinking about, let's keep him off the stage. But they really loved you. And you've been a great senator. And you have a great wife. Thank you very much. Thank you. And a congressman who's been a warrior, and a couple of guys that have just been unbelievable. But Rob Bresnahan, would you stand up there? What a job you're doing, huh? Young, handsome, central casting. Great job. Thank you very much, Rob. Great job. And another one. These are warriors, these two guys. But the three of them. And then you have the senator, but the three of them. Ryan McKenzie. Ryan, thank you. And it's hard for me to explain how hard they work, but they were working so hard getting that big, beautiful bill. I call it the great, big, beautiful bill passed. You know, that was supposed to be in 17 bills. And I actually said it because I'm not that experienced. I haven't been doing it that long, believe it or not. I haven't been doing this. I had one man, he was a congressman, and we had a big meeting, and he was telling us all how to do something. And I said, I disagree with that. He said, sir, I've had 22 races, and I've won 20 of them. I know what I'm doing. And I said, sir, I've had 3 races, and I've won all 3 of them. And mine was for president. And he said, all right, you got me on that. He's actually a good man. He got a little carried away one day. because these guys wanted to do it my way too. So we had 17 bills prepared. Dan Muser, right? Stand up, Dan. What a great guy. Stand up, Mrs. Muser. Dan is he's a very powerful congressman, but he's a great person, great man. All three of these guys, they're warriors, and your senators, very few people that I've ever met that would take that risk. It was a risk. It takes guts to run for public office, right? It takes guts. A lot of guys, including me, I talked about this for a long time before I did it. It takes courage to run for any public office because, you can be very embarrassed. You can ruin your life. Look at me. I got impeached. I got indicted. I was never going to be impeached, indicted. I get indicted like 87 times with these. See, they should have indicted me once. They would have had a better chance. With all of the I used to get up. It was very important. I'd get up and say, "Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. I got indicted again." And nobody believed the whole thing. And then I'd explain it, and it turned out to be a hoax. It was a total hoax. They're very, very bad, very, very bad people. But Dan Muser has been a great congressman. He was thinking about running for governor. I think he would have won if you ran. But, in a selfish way, I like you in Washington even better. So I want to thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. That's even more important. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks as well to Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright. You guys have been good. Thank you. I introduced them, but I want to introduce because they have been so good. A major factor that fueled inflation under Biden was the invasion of 25 million pieces.
All right, folks, we're going to take a little break here after the bottom of the hour. We're going to address a few other matters. People wanted to hear the president. I certainly don't blame him. He was just fantastic. We'll be right back. Let me ask you something. Do you remember 2008? Well, do you remember all the bailouts, the fear, the sleepless nights watching your savings evaporate? I do. Well, I get a similar vibe of this kind of rot that's starting to be creeping in again. Bad loans, risky banks, mountains of debt nobody wants to talk about. Auto loan defaults are rising. Commercial real estate's not what it used to be. Look, we've been here before, and it usually doesn't end well for people who wait. But here's the good news. You don't have to sit helplessly.
Fucking son of a bitch.
For the 25 years, Monetary Gold has helped Americans just like you get help protecting their wealth through every storm. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and a proven record of helping clients come out stronger on the other side. Call 877-NOW-GOLD or visit marklovesgold.com. When the dollar trembles, gold stands tall. Help protect what's yours. That's 877-NOW-GOLD, 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. Always consult your financial and tax professional before making an investment decision.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured and CUA, equal housing opportunity.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
Most people would rather remove a nest of irate hornets than search for auto and home insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. I think I'll wait inside.
Peace to the planet, Charlamagne the God here. Getting real about your mental health journey means connecting with real people. Call, text, or chat 988 if you're having tough thoughts, substance use issues, stress at home or at work. They can even talk to you through worries you're having about somebody you love. 988 counselors are ready to hear from you 24/7. No cost, no judgment, no stigma. It's also private. Asking for help is the strongest thing that you can do. Just connect with 988, a message from the New York State Office of Mental Health.
While holiday shopping is almost always fun, credit can be confusing. Download the MyFICO app now and shop with confidence, knowing that you can stay on top of your credit 24/7. Get your FICO score straight from the people that created it. Plus, free credit monitoring and a free credit report every month. No credit card required. FICO scores are used by over 90% of lenders, so trust the MyFICO app to keep you in the know. Visit myfico.com/free or download the MyFICO app today. Look, our oak tree is already changing colors. Aren't the leaves beautiful?
Yep. Which means it's time to get on the ladder and clean out the gutter. Again.
I gotta heat up some pizza.
Just call Leaf Filter, America's largest gutter and gutter protection company. Our trusted pros will clean, realign, and seal your gutters and install Leaf Filter.
I think I've been a bad influence on Marie.
No shingle grits, nothing gets into your gutters except water, season after season after season. Ah, the leaves are pretty this year.
And thanks to Leaf Filter, they're not even clogging the gutters.
Leaf Filter comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. You will never have to worry about costly damage from clogged gutters again. It's peace of mind and then some. To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/listen for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/listen for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/listen. See representative for warranty details.
I'm just having a good laugh.
The $5 McChicken meal deal, the $5.50 McDouble meal deal, or the new $6 Daily Double meal deal. Each with its own small fries, drink, and 4-piece McNuggets. There's actually no rush.
There, I used voice to text that time.
Making sense of your world.
This fucking shit's cracking me up. I gotta go warm some pizza up. Getting hungry.
Making sense of the news. WMAL. Making sense of world events. Because those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Download News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Green onions. This song is an American graffiti. Frank Zappa had something to do with it.
Given the great demand that people want to hear. I don't know if it's the end of the president's speech, but it's been so long. He's done one of these events. They want to hear it, and we will accommodate you. I can't typically do it this long in the course of a program, but we'll do it today. A new Hillsdale College miniseries on colonial America reminds us what we should truly be thankful for: our freedom, our prosperity, and our faith. In a brand new 6-part documentary series, Hillsdale College professors will teach you the religious, political, cultural, and economic ideas that shaped our great, uniquely American culture during the colonial period. You'll learn why the idea of liberty, especially religious liberty, inspired the settlers of America to cross the Atlantic. How Americans organized local governments, why America has always been a land where virtue can lead to peace and prosperity. It's a fantastic college led by a fantastic leader, and that would be the president, Larry Arnn, who I've known for 40-some years. And they've got a whole bunch of free online courses that are just compelling and substantive and entertaining, more than 40 of them. C.S. Lewis, the stories of the book of Genesis, Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire, so many, and they're fantastic. Go right now to levinforhillsdale.com to enroll. That's LEVIN for Hillsdale.com. No cost, easy to get started. That's LEVIN, levinforhillsdale.com. All right. The president, one more time. Let's roll.
Right? Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? Let us have a few. From Denmark, do you mind sending us a few people? Send us some nice people. Do you mind? But we always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty,
That
disgusting.
changed, as I've written years and years ago in Liberty and Tyranny. We've talked about here repeatedly with the 1965 Act that was passed by Congress that now other commentators are finally starting to talk about. Go ahead.
With the drug dealers from Venezuela and others. That same missile, think of it, from hundreds of miles away, we have the greatest military, we have the greatest equipment, we make the greatest equipment in the world. I bought more equipment. We rebuilt the military in the first term.
Mm-hmm.
Then Stupid Joe gave a lot of it to Afghanistan, but it was a lot, but relatively little. But we're still adding to it a lot. But I'll tell you what, I'm looking at this big tough guy with the red hat on. I like that guy. But stand up. Let me just see what you look like. Nobody's going to mess with him. Okay. He's central casting. Thank you very much. Very good. I see he's enjoying it. I like people that enjoy things because you got to smile about this whole thing. But that same missile system that hits the center of everyone. Remember, every boat that gets hit, we don't want to do that, but every boat that gets hit, we save 25,000 American lives. Every boat. And when you view it that way, you don't mind. But we have that same system aimed at Somalia, and if they go and want to raid our ships, and not our ships, worldwide shipping, they used to go and take the ships. When one or two of them get hit, they say, we'll pass. So we've cut down drugs, 94% coming in from sea. 94. Right? 94% Muser. 94% Muser. That's pretty good. We're trying to figure out who the hell are the other 6%. They're finding it very hard to get people to navigate those waters. The problem is nobody wants to go fishing anymore either. They don't want to get in boats. They don't want anything to do with boats. I think we've destroyed the boat market. Other than that, it's been very effective. We've cut it down 96%. Think of that. And now we're going to do land because the land is much easier and it's even more prevalent. If you don't share our values, contribute to our economy, and assimilate into our society, then we don't want you in our country. We don't want you. I mean, Ilhan Omar and the people from Somalia, they hate our country. And they think we're stupid people, which actually, when they allow that to happen, they are. That's headed by Governor Walsh, one of the dumber people around. No, but think of it. He's given not like peanuts, billions. These are people that don't work in their own country. Their own country's a failure. They have no money there. And yet they come into our country and steal tens of billions of dollars. How stupid are we to allow that to happen? They can't earn 10 cents in their country. They come over here and rob. Are we that easy? Are we that easy to allow a thing like that to happen? That's up to you. And look at what's going on in North Carolina. We have a big Senate race. We have a fantastic man, Michael Whatley, running as a Republican, head of the Republican Party. Won elections, won the presidential election.
I want to get him on our program, America. Rich, let's try and get Wally on the show here.
And Michael should win. I don't know. It's hard. You beat a two-term governor, but the governor didn't do a good job. But what's happening in North Carolina? Two of the most vicious murders that anyone's ever seen in Charlotte. And it's all run by the Democrats. What's going on there? The young lady from Ukraine, you saw that one where a guy from behind just cut her throat on tape. Can't even watch it. What's going on in North Carolina? You need a Republican running that, and you've got to have a Republican senator elected. If you don't, and Michael Whatley's running, he's going to be great. So we have people from North Carolina here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting so many words, It's a Senate race, but you agree with me, I think, Mr. Senator, right? Together, we've achieved more in less than 1 year than most other administrations have achieved in 8 years. And we're restoring law and order to our cities, backing the men and women of law enforcement. I love law enforcement. And standing with the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol. We've ended political correctness in our military. We've renamed the Department of Defense into the Department of War. I said to Pete, Pete's a tough cookie, and I said to Pete, I used to do interviews with him, and all he wanted to talk about was the military. I said, this guy's great, smart guy, great education, great everything. The press gave him a hard time, real hard time, but he's really proven to be very, very good, very, very strong. Young, strong, smart. We have Raisin Cain, the great general who knocked out ISIS for us in 4 weeks. Raisin Cain, they said it was going to take, right? They said it was going to take 5 years, sir, it'll take 5 years. He said, sir, I can do it in 4 weeks. Did it in 3 weeks, knocked out ISIS. He did a hell of a job of knocking out the Iran nuclear capability. We knocked out the Iran nuclear capability. Now compare that to Jimmy Carter, the Democrats. Well, man, he was a nice man, but he was. But we don't really want a nice man. You want to have somebody that's capable. You know, they were talking about Greg Gutfeld. He's a very good guy. Greg Gutfeld, very good. But Greg Gutfeld he didn't like me very early in this. He didn't like me. I don't know, he just didn't like me. And it was all right, but, you know, it's okay, I'll live with it. Then all of a sudden he started saying, you know, I don't like this guy, but everything he says, he gets it done. And, you know, then he'd go on a couple of months later and he started going like, I'm starting to like that guy, but every damn thing he says, he gets it done. And it's all really good, common sense, tough stuff. I've never seen anything like it. Everything he says, he gets done. And then he started to really like me. And then we did an interview. It was supposed to be a 10-minute interview. It lasted for 2 hours. There was a good chemistry. And he did 5 shows, all 5 shows that week. And he got the highest ratings that anyone's ever gotten in that time slot. And he became legendary. I'm happy for him. But there was something. But he said, during the process, he said, so would I rather have a guy as president who was really a nice guy who I liked, or a guy who I can't stand that gets everything done and turns our country into a great country again? And he was smart. It was a very interesting process, but he's a great guy. He's doing really well. Totally dominates the late night. Totally dominates. So I guess there's morons that they have at the end. Kimmel, what bad people? In 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Kosovo, Serbia, Pakistan, and India. They were going at it. Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia. You didn't know about that. Armenia and Azerbaijan. And I hate to say this, one named Cambodia, Thailand, and it started up today. Tomorrow I'll have to make a phone call, and I think they'll get it. Who else could say, I'm going to make a phone call and stop a war of 2 very powerful countries, Thailand and Cambodia? They're going at it again. But I'll do it. So we're making peace through strength. That's what we're doing. We've cut federal funding for any school that pushes critical race theory or transgender insanity. No more money. We banned the chemical surgical mutilation of children. Think of this. Can you imagine if you were up here 15 years ago? We have banned the chemical mutilation of children. They'd say, this guy's crazy. We actually had to ban it. But think, can you imagine that? Or I have stopped men from playing in women's sports. They'd say, this guy's crazy. Men don't play in women's sports. Stop men. Well, that's another thing. We stopped men from playing in women's sports, and we're restoring the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley in beautiful Alaska. And I renamed the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America. So in conclusion, from the shipyards of Philadelphia to the steel mills of Pittsburgh, these are great places. Maybe some of you don't even realize it. You know, you get used to it a little bit too much sometimes, but these are great places. From the union halls of Scranton to the kitchen tables of millions of Pennsylvania families, we're bringing prosperity and pride surging back to this magnificent Commonwealth. We're bringing it surging back here hot. Our country's hot and you're hot. Together, we're repairing 4 years of disaster by the radical left Democrats in Congress and by the worst president in the history of our country. He is. I mean, it's not a question about that. He's just the worst president in the history of our country. What the damage thank you very much. The damage he's done to our country is something we can never forget. After just 10 months, our border is secure, our spirit is restored, inflation is stopped, wages are up, prices are down, our nation is strong, America is respected again, and the United States is back. All these people, right? All these music, all of my friends right up here. Every single thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. He looks like The Rock. You look like The Rock. Stand up. Let me see what you look like. Yeah, look at that. The Rock would be very happy with that look.
Funny.
Every single day of this administration, we will keep on working for the hard-working.
Well, I pushed it as far as I can. We have a hard break here. We'll be right back.
Mark Lopin.
You deserve expert, personalized OBGYN care that's close to home. BJC-affiliated OBGYNs and midwives offer exceptional care throughout the region in convenient locations. Feel comfortable and supported. From your first women's wellness exam to pregnancy and childbirth to menopause and everything in between. Find an OBGYN or midwife with BJC. Learn more at bjc.org/OBGYN.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping to manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
If you're an RIA or looking to become one, Schwab Advisor Services is the Watson to your homes. Smart, dependable, always has your back. It's no mystery why they're the #1 choice for RIAs who want to be the ultimate solution for their clients. With all the wealth services, technology, and support your firm needs, the difference is so obvious, it's Schwabious. Follow the clues at schwabious.com.
I'm eating pizza.
It's
almost done.
SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows
I'm
of
starting to look
SUVs
like
ready
Quaker
for like a
Oats.
Ford F-150 XLT. Yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander? Just $20,999. Or a beautiful Chevy truck Z71. Yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader in out of Washington Street or online at widgetautosales.com.
In all the time I've been endorsing Pure Talk, my wireless company, I can honestly say I've never seen an offer like this from them. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data with a 30 gig hotspot, just $29.95 a month. for life. This is Pure Talk's top tier plan, normally $65 a month, now through December 14th. Just $29.95 a month. You're saving over 50% a month every month for the rest of your life. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin for Pure Talk's best unlimited plan. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team can have you switched in minutes. Keep your phone, keep your number, but start saving with unlimited for life. Again, dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, switch to my wireless company, Pure Talk. Taxes and fees not included. Some restrictions apply. You can see puretalk.com for details. Offer ends December 14th, 2025.
Making sense of your world.
Greatly appreciated.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I love listening to you.
Making sense of the news. Breaking news and the inside story on 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
All I can say about what the president is that it's wholly you-know-what, Mr. Producer. Do you agree with me? It was unbelievable, fantastic. We carried as much as we could here live. He's one of a kind. He's absolutely perfect out there the way he does this. And if he keeps doing it, I mean, it's got to be exhausting to a point, right? Although he's the Energizer president, that's for sure. That's for sure. Every day I hear from Americans who feel like they're losing their voice, frustrated that their values are being ignored or erased. If that's you, let me tell you about something you can do right now. Well, one of the big things you can do is join AMAC. We're going to make it really easy for you. The Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC isn't just another group. It's a powerful community built on faith, family, and common sense. They're standing in the gap. They're the opposite of the AARP, although they have fantastic benefits. That is, AMAC does. AMAC isn't just another group. And they have the tools to keep you informed and engaged and prepared. And here's the thing. You get real, unbelievable practical benefits, killer discounts on insurance, travel, prescriptions, retail, access to exclusive resources. And the AMAC magazine you're going to look forward to with really important and helpful columns and information. Truly one of the best out there. And for a limited time, this is what I want you to hear. You can join for free for 90 days. Free for 90 days. Free for 90 days. You can test everything. The benefits, the magazine, everything. No credit card required. No strings attached. This is a fantastic patriotic organization that represents you. They just want you to have a chance to see what the Association of Mature American Citizens is all about for free, 90 days. So please go to amac.us/Levin right now. That's amac.us/LEVIN. Take the first step. Make your voice matter again, Mr. and Mrs. America. The fact of the matter is, on the economy, the president's doing a whole lot better than the media will give him credit for. And of course, the Democrats want to talk down everything. That's all they do. That's all they say. They try to put people in jail and they try to destroy what works. And that's the truth. Now, when you look at this economy, it is going to grow even a whole lot more when the big, beautiful bill and those massive tax cuts for working Americans kick in, and all Americans. That's going to have an enormous impact. He has already slashed more than any president regulations and the bureaucracy, despite the litigation and the federal judges trying to obstruct him. Every one of his cabinet officers, every one of his cabinet secretaries are focused on finding ways to create growth, which creates prosperity and wealth for you, Mr. and Mrs. America. It's a completely different direction he's taking the country in. And he is bringing enormous sums of money into the country to rebuild our industries, particularly things like the shipping industry, which is in desperate need for national security and other reasons for that matter. But securing the border, keeping illegal immigrants out, keeping crime down, also illegal immigrants not competing for jobs, illegal immigrants not competing for housing. This is very, very important. You can't bring 20 million people into this country and not have enormous negative consequences across the board, across the country, across the culture. And he's put an end to that. And he's breaking his neck trying to create peace all over the world and prosperity. You know, you have people who say, like these third-tier, know-nothing pollsters and others, we're wrong about everything, right about nothing. He doesn't talk enough about the economy. Affordability is a real issue. He's out there talking about the economy. He needs to, and he is, explaining the progress that's been made. And I could be dead wrong, but I predict to you the midterm elections, well, they're going to be hard because the party out of power usually loses. But I think affordability won't be that big of an issue. I think the Democrats will run on it even if we have massive economic expansion, because that's what they do. But I also think if we lose the midterm elections, you can thank Tucker Carlson. You can thank Candace Owens. You can thank Steve Bannon. You can thank that whole crowd, because some people may stay home because they don't like the whole idea of Nazis. We salute our armed forces, police officers, firefighters, emergency personnel, our truckers, men and women in Ukraine, men and women in Israel, and you, the American people, red-blooded Americans. I'll see you tomorrow.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's
Excuse me. I just ate pizza. I'll leave Chad up for a little bit. I'm posting in Vegas. I just ate 2 pieces of pizza. I might get me. I got a 2-liter thing of Pepsi. I'm going to drink it. Out of water. Remember, it's a weeknight, so probably already past my bedtime. I forget what year that was on Iowa, the explosion or whatever happened. That's been a long time. I've been out of the Navy since 91. That's over 30 years. 36 years to be exact. 36 years since I was in the Navy. Well, yeah, because I was 18 when I joined. I was still on recruiting duty. I was in Rome, New York. Griffiths Air Force Base. I was still married. My hair's getting long enough I can put it back behind my ears. Used to be blonde. I don't know. Yeah, they're called EOD, Explosive Ordnance Detail. My camera is fucking hesitating or whatever again. There's got to be something in the system why that does that. My heater is on right here. Oh my God. These things are addicting. I think I got all the almonds ate. That might be one there. Yep. All right, guys. I have 8 people watching. Thank you for watching. I don't disparage my lurkers. Some are good, some are bad. They're lurkers. They're watching. Bridge mix. Milk chocolate bridge mix. Roasted peanuts, raisins, cashews, almonds. Bridge mix. It's been a crazy day today. I bought a new piece of furniture. Let's see, where am I at here? I can show it to you before I leave. I'll do that. Bought me like a new Chase lounge. It's got cup holders, UCBS ports on it, right? There's my TV. Coffee table. The blue chair. I like this coffee table because this thing comes up. That right there. That's right. Alpesh Patel eventually will crack. It's just a matter of time. You're not going to get away with what you're doing. You never have. You never will. You're an idiot. Billy, you're going crazy. No, you're going crazy. You already are crazy. I don't know. Must be Tony went somewhere else or doing something. Who knows? Maybe he's getting lucky, young guy like that. If I were in my 30s today, I probably wouldn't be spending all my time in a YouTube chat. Unless, my woman was there with me, if I had the time to do it. But when I was in my 30s, I didn't have time to do this right here. I was working I had to work. I worked. Tiffany, you want to know what I did since I got out of the Navy? Oh, Tiffany, you don't think I held jobs? All right. I'll see everybody on the flip side. Rocky, you're going to have to open your screen to go backstage. Where, at your place or here? I'm going to lay down. I'm going to lay down. Yeah. I know you work and all that, so our hours, they don't really conflict other than the fact that you work. Well, yeah, we'll do it. Like tonight would have been a good night. I would have preempted Mark Levin. I didn't want to because Trump was speaking. So we can do it anytime, Rocky. But I've been live 3 hours and 20 minutes. I have one crooked tooth. That one's crooked. You wouldn't want to get bit by me. I got some teeth. Wiggin ain't got no teeth. Hey, you guys got your reserve chat. So, this is the default chat, not the reserve chat. Where the fuck did Tony go? All right, guys. Good evening. I'll see you on the flip side. I'm going to go relax.